What's up, you guys? Today I'm giving you the best peanut butter cookie recipe ever. We're gonna make the most delicious peanut butter cookies you'll ever taste in your pathetic lives. So here's what you need. Now, there are easier peanut butter cookie recipes out there that only use 3 ingredients, hence they're called easy peanut butter cookies. It is also easy to place a jar of peanut butter onto a baking tray and throw it into the oven, but today we're not making prison food. So stop being a lazy mother and bake something that doesn't make you want to throw up like a pregnant woman with bulimia. So let's start. Into a large bowl, we're going to start by adding the creamy peanut butter, brown sugar, and powdered sugar, which you might also know as icing sugar, confectioner's sugar, or atomized methamphetamine. Then we're going to melt our butter as I did here, and while it's still hot, we're going to add it in so it can melt the peanut butter. This is the perfect opportunity to pause the video and go on the comments to tell me about what your favorite peanut butter brand is and why I should care. When the peanut butter melts, your mixture will become more cohesive, and once it looks like lentil soup or something else that your grandparents can digest without suffering, we're going to add in the egg yolks and whisk until combined. Now it's time for the dry ingredients, so let's mix our flour, salt, and wheat starch. If you want to know why we're using wheat starch, you can watch our Oreo episode. You don't really have to sift this before adding it in, but we will since we want to make this process look as intricate as possible because we're pretentious. These cookies have a really special place in my heart because my grandmother used to bake them for me every weekend I stayed with her. I actually want to dedicate this recipe to my grandma because she baked these cookies for me until the day that she turned 93 when she, hung herself. Now we're going to add this to the wet ingredients and mix everything until they form a dough. It is really important to stop mixing once you have a uniform dough, because if you overmix, your cookies will be tougher than finding a black person in a Hallmark movie. We're going to take out pieces from the dough and roll them into a ball. To make those classic marks, all you have to do is find the biggest fork in your stupid kitchen and press onto these cookies like they owe you money. When we're done with the marks, we're going to chill these in the fridge while we turn on the oven to 320 Fahrenheit or 160 Celsius. We're going to be baking these for 18 to 20 minutes depending on the thickness of your cookies. You can also bake them for 58 minutes if you're going to be serving them to your stepchildren. Now it's time to melt some chocolate so we can embellish these cookies until they no longer look like a basic bitch. Chocolate is also going to improve their taste, so you want to use high quality bars. But if you and your loved ones have a white trash palate, you can use chocolate chips, which are mostly made of sugar and taste like elephant shit. We don't need to temper the chocolate because we want a soft bite, but you can totally temper it so you can brag about it to your imaginary friends. To melt the chocolate, we need to boil some water. Then we can put the chocolate into a large bowl and place it on top of whatever it is you're using to boil the water. This method is called bain-marie, which means peanut butter cookies in Japanese. After you melt it, wait for the chocolate to cool so it's not as runny. This will make your job easier. For piping, you can use a parchment cone, a pastry bag, a Ziploc bag, or a colostomy bag. Today I'll be using a pastry bag because I'm not poor and I don't piss myself. If you want to use a piping tip to have more control, put it in before you pour the chocolate, which is exactly what she said. When you're piping the chocolate, make the curves on the parchment paper rather than the cookie to achieve the trademarked pattern that I created, which a lot of other bakers will steal and copy from me after this video is released. You can always eat these cookies by yourself like the selfish pig that you are, or you can share them with others. These would make the perfect gift for your friends with diabetes, if you're not that attached. They would make the perfect gift for your coworkers with diabetes, if you're up for the same promotion, or you can gift them to your friends with peanut allergy to eradicate their species and save future generations from a weaker genetic structure. Now before you go, please make sure you click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, click on the worship button, click on the I'll take out a mortgage to pay for your Pomeranian's vaginal rejuvenation button, and make sure you check out our other videos and follow us on Instagram and other social media. So did you do it? Did you follow us on Instagram? It's okay, I'll wait. The link is in the description box. Just go there and click on follow. Did you do it now? You don't have Instagram?